Hey everyone, it's Kyle here with KGTV. In this video, I wanted to give you the main reasons why I chose the Logitech Folio Touch as my iPad Pro case of choice, over the iPad Pro Magic Keyboard case. I know many of you may be wondering why I am using a text-to-speech app for this video. The reason is that just the other day I had my tonsils removed, so my talking is a little bit strained at the moment. I know that many people are interested in purchasing this case for their iPads, so I wanted to get this video out in a reasonable amount of time in order to help out those that are considering purchasing this case. I apologize that you have to listen to me in robotic form, but hopefully I don't have to do many videos like this in the future, haha. The first and probably most significant factor in people choosing the Folio Touch case over the Magic Keyboard case is the price. Due to the times we are currently in right now, many people are probably budgeting now more than ever. And the fact the Folio Touch case comes in at $160, which is roughly half the price of the Magic Keyboard case, will most likely steer people in the direction of the Folio Touch case. That ultimately ended up being the biggest factor in my choosing process. While I really enjoyed using the Magic Keyboard case, the amount of functionality between the two cases was just too close for me to justify spending double the price on the Magic Keyboard case. The next biggest factor that led to me choosing the Folio Touch case was just the overall functionality of the case. While I much enjoyed the fact that I could just pull the iPad right off of the Magic Keyboard case, I felt that I valued having more protection over my iPad, a more important feature to me. While the Folio Touch does add quite a bit more bulk and weight to the iPad, having the confidence that my iPad is protected when I travel with it seemed like a fair trade-off to me. The texture of the Folio Touch case is awesome and doesn't feel cheap like some other third-party cases out there. One of the only negatives I noticed about the texture of the case so far is around the edges. Around the edges where it looks like they sealed or bonded the material, it leaves a little bit of an abrasive lip that goes around the edges of the case. It's not a deal breaker in any way, but it would have been nice if they could have found another way to make the edges just a tad softer. In my last video, I had mentioned that I was afraid of the material of the Folio Touch getting stains on it, and more specifically, I chose the condiment, ketchup. I am happy to report that I tried putting some ketchup onto the case and it wipes right off of it. This made me happy to know that I don't think stains on this case will be a huge issue going forward. You can't talk about the functionality of this case without mentioning the function keys. I have found them quite useful over my few weeks of using the case. I love being able to just hit the volume buttons up or down or pause a video and come back to resume it, rather than having to worry about swiping down on the screen. It is nice having varying degrees of backlighting for the keyboard. However, I wish that the backlighting was more so changed in steps versus the gradual brightening or darkening method that it uses. One update that it appears that Logitech has done to the Folio Touch is that now when you fold the keyboard underneath to use the case in tablet mode, it now turns the backlighting on the keyboard off. I noticed early on while using the case that the backlight of the keyboard would stay on for some time before shutting off, but it appears now that they have since corrected that. I have also found that the escape key in the top left of the keyboard is not very useful, mostly due to the fact that you can just swipe 3 fingers up on the touchpad and it will achieve the same action. So if you decide to go with the Magic Keyboard case, just know that you aren't exactly missing out on an escape key. The stand hinge mechanism is also a big defining point of this keyboard case versus the Magic Keyboard case. While I praised the Magic Keyboard in my last video, for it being able to suspend the iPad in the air, it does come with some limitations for how many positions you can maneuver it into. That, however, is not the case with the Folio Touch. With the Folio Touch, you can pretty much find almost any angle you want, to the point that you can almost lay the iPad completely flat, which is great if you need to draw or take notes on it. The one downside to the stand hinge mechanism of this case is that fact that it uses a kickstand style stand versus more of a hinge-like stand on the Magic Keyboard. Therefore, when you prop the iPad up with a kickstand, you have to be careful doing it at the edge of the desk or surface that you have it on to prevent it from falling off. I haven't found this to be a huge issue, but just wanted to make a point of it. One easy way to tell the quality of a third-party case for iPads is in the typing experience of the keyboard or in the accuracy of the trackpad, and those are both areas where this case does not slouch. I have yet to have any issues while using the trackpad or the keyboard on this case. The key travel feels great and clicky. Trackpad is smooth with accurate clicks. I think I still slightly prefer the keyboard on the Magic Keyboard case, but only by a slight margin. However, I do prefer the overall larger trackpad on the Folio Touch, compared to the Magic Keyboard case. One other note to mention about this case is the rubber bumper protector that goes around the edges of the iPad itself. If you are someone who uses a USB-C adapter with your iPad, you will have to make sure that you use one that has a cable attached rather than some of the ones where the adapter connects to the side of the iPad, as the rubber bumper would block the adapter from working properly. In conclusion, I think that Logitech hit it out of the park with this case. Almost every part of this case feels top-notch and could easily pass as a first-party accessory. Put everything that you've experienced with other third-party cases in the past out of your head, because you will not be disappointed with this case. And your wallet won't be too disappointed, either.